What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. I am Septilence, joined by Z-, who was already here, but now I am hopping in as well. This first matchup of what's going to be a very long night for the two of us, Georgetown University going up against Manhattan College.
Alrighty, Georgetown versus Manhattan College. I'm going to be expecting a lot of onslaughts here tonight, for sure.
Absolutely. So we know that Georgetown, they have the opportunity of only having 4 players. I should say the disadvantage rather than opportunity. They only have 4 players on their roster, so they start with an immediate deficit, but hopefully that's not going to hold them back. We've got Ceegold, who's going to be representing Georgetown, going to be that Bowser player, and we'll see that you guys will see the overlay in just a second. Going up against Derey on the side of Manhattan here.
Alrighty, right here we have a big body on triplats versus a character that really likes triplats, so I'll see what's the deal with that. Right now it looks like percents are relatively even. Good morph ball movement. Alright.
Yeah. Definitely relying a lot on that morph ball early on, just trying to not have exactly that happen to them, relying on those morph balls to possibly break shield or mix up combos, and ceegold isn't taking a lot of damage to it, especially being one of those big bodies. You know, Bowser can take quite a lot of damage, but double forward air, I mean, that's going to rack up 20% by itself. Like, this is already a bit of a disaster for ceegold. They've really got to get in there and start putting out some combos, and side B on a mid-platform there could definitely be a good way to start that.
Yeah, alrighty, and now we see some good damage coming out from Derey with that back air into forward air, adding a lot of shield pressure while also simultaneously covering ledge with that morph ball. We'll see. Ooh, perfect rising fair.
Alright. And now it's going to be 137 to 98, so I'd say the Samus, you know, weirdly enough, probably more in kill zone than Bowser for the time being, unless we see a grab back throw. And yeah, look, just as simple as that, danger close to being taken out there.
Alright, up B out of shield, up B out of shield. Oh, actually, that was just a raw up B that time around. Wow. Alright, barely whiffs the up tilt.
It looks like 155 to 144, so now they're both pretty close to, yeah, I was going to say, they're both pretty close, but Bowser just simply has more consistent kill potential. Ceegold able to take advantage of that. Going to be the first stock nearly 2 minutes into the matchup here. Derey only down by just a little bit as Ceegold, a couple more hits and they are out of here.
Yeah, for sure. I think at this percent you can go for that, a lot of those like bomb setups into neutral aerial. I know that you can get the morph ball into like grab, for example. Ooh, almost went for it right there.
Yeah, a very popular move set, you know, popular here at EGF, and I'm sure everywhere else, is simply just walk to ledge, grab, and back throw, because with just about every character in the game, that does an insane amount of damage. It's got a great amount of knockback as well. And a Bowser at 208%, even as Samus, I think you'd probably be able to back throw him into the abyss.
Yeah, for sure. But that said, there goes mid-stage, and it works out.
It works! I think that was just, I think that was just the bomb into back air there, able to get that first stock on the ceegold. Now you've taken 76% before you've done any damage onto the second, so you've really got to get things underway here.
Alrighty, percent deficit looks bad, but I think when you're against a big body like this, you can definitely make it back.
Yeah.
That said, okay, interesting coverage of the down air, but is a little bit too high of a forward air, so wasn't quite able to land with like a hitbox. But overall, just good control of neutral for sure. I like the B reverse movement. Ooh, that was almost a charge shot to grab. All right.
Yeah, charge shot to grab, and you don't see Samus players rely on grab super often because it takes quite a while to get that grab on. It's got that extension to it as well, so that lead grab isn't necessarily always going to be great, in particular against faster moving characters. Bowser, you know, a little bit on the slow side. His big body can only move so quickly, and now Derey relying a lot on those just neutral B abilities.
Yeah, and speaking of speed, you see that ceegold is doing a lot of jumps to kind of speed up a little bit, but that said, gets punished for it, actually dying mid-stage.
And this is an issue that we've definitely talked about before with Georgetown, is they always come out hot, they always are able to bring it down to the wire, usually gets all the way down to that last stock, but it's usually around then that they really start to lose the lead they once had, and we can see that happening here. Ceegold already 60% on that first stock, and Derey just living like crazy. 160 on Samus isn't unheard of, but it's definitely uncommon.
Yeah, most certainly. Yep. Ooh, gets the kill.
Yep, grab back throw. That's all it takes sometimes. Like I said, that grab back throw, a very common combo that we see usually pretty much every day. I mean, we should all take a drink of water every time we see one. We will be plenty hydrated by the end of the night. And ceegold now, 108% final stock, 123, getting stuck above the Samus. Not exactly the place you want to be.
Ooh, doesn't quite get punished for that down B. I feel like up smash would have been a good way to combat that, but gets away with it. You know, Bowser, being a heavyweight, actually being the heaviest character in the game, can tank a lot of percent. And when you're able to do that, you can definitely make a lot of nice rage comebacks, but that doesn't take it.
I thought the forward tilt there was going to be able to find things, but 182%, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, ceegold, there's a world where they can win this, and side B on the top platform is definitely a way to get back into that world, because now Derey already up to 50%. If you're able to land it 2 more times, but sometimes dash attack from behind is all it's going to take. Derey is able to find just barely that first game win over ceegold.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal game right there. Very, very high pace, very fast speed. That dash attack, I think it killed. Yeah, it was 180, so it was like a reasonable percent. Yeah, good clean dash attack for sure.
Yeah, every time somebody uses a dash attack, for whatever reason, I just immediately think of Luigi. I don't know why, but I associate Luigi and dash attack, so definitely something that pretty goofy on my end. Now, I mean, this is going to be a best of 3. If you guys aren't familiar with the style here we run at EGF, it is that modified crew battle situation, so there will be, in this set, it's probably not our best example, 4 matchups. Usually there's 5, but Georgetown has a limited roster. So there's going to be 4 matchups, and then no matter how high the score gets in one team's favor, we will run through all of them so people are able to make sure every player on their team gets a chance to play.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, if we do the math here, I believe, so theoretically speaking, if Manhattan has, I believe, I forget the cap where it automatically stops Georgetown in its place from getting a win or like a tie. Do you know like the statistics behind that? Like how many stocks would Manhattan have to attain to a point where Georgetown can't make it back?
Yeah, absolutely. So the most that you can net between each game, or from each game rather, is 8 stocks per player. So you can get a 4 stock, points, not stocks, I'm sorry. So 8 points in total per player. If that's if you get a double 3 stock. So clearly it's not going to be happening here in this first matchup. We see that ceegold is able to keep things alive just barely, long enough to where Derey isn't going to be getting any 3 stocks. So best case scenario, I think with 4 players, you would have to get at least 16 points online, and then that would be including Derey's 1 point, and that then would give them that immediate advantage. Usually I don't like to get into statistics regarding the 3 stocks because those are usually pretty uncommon, but looking at this realistically, with only 4 players on the side, Manhattan only has to win 3, right?
Yeah, right.
Right. Looks like we're just going to be running it back. I mean, something tells me I hope we don't see a tri-plat, because I feel like Bowser definitely doesn't get his best there, but of course, using those side B ability onto platform also gets you super far, and as I say it, eat my words on stream, but if you're an EGF usual, you're used to me doing that by now. Gonna be those 3 platforms, and it's gonna be Yoshi's story.
Yeah, in great contrast to Battlefield, Yoshi's story having a little bit of a lower ceiling, and also, I think the walls are gonna be quite interesting for a character like Samus. I think yeah, okay, good recovery. I'm not sure how the slants will mess around with the characters. I'd imagine it messes up Samus more than Bowser, because regardless of where you are, the up B is going to slide. Oh my god, how quick was that stock?
Yeah, we have seen some pretty fast stocks, and that one just a little bit over 30 seconds. I think 31 or 32 seconds there. ceegold with a pretty comfortable lead, but now sitting at 76%. You've got to get out of this combo. That shield's going to be a great way to do it. Interrupt that forward air, and now able to land 10% onto Derey. ceegold trying to make any kind of magic happen here. The pressure is coming out best they can, but ceegold definitely going to get cornered a wee bit.
Alright, and speaking of corners, we now see ceegold putting Derey into ledge, but still, Derey comes back, the forward air, good bomb, shield pressure.
And shield pressure, I feel, is exactly what Derey needs to be doing, because ceegold, if they're able to just shield all these small bombs, maybe even those neutral Bs, but, air dodging down into one isn't going to be necessarily great either. Not going to get caught into that grab up throw, and up throw definitely not going to kill here. That blast zone not quite high enough, but up B, sometimes that recovery is all it takes. ceegold sent into the background there.
Yeah, and might I just say, I love that usage of up B. Typically
Agreed.
It's used as an out shield option, but in that case, it's just, that was a great kind of Hail Mary type of kill.
Absolutely. Samus's up B definitely gets a lot of hits in, and like you said, usually pretty common out of shield option, but it looks like they're going to be spicing things up a bit, and as we see, it worked out. ceegold clearly wasn't ready for it.
Alrighty, good bomb. Not quite get conversion there. Alright, forward air to interrupt.
And that neutral B is going to be great to rack up a bunch of extra damage, but especially against a Samus, she's going to be able to, never mind, back air, off mid-stage, that's all it takes sometimes. ceegold is going to be able to find that second stock, put themselves in a pretty comfortable lead here, only 42 stock on their second. Now Derey already down to their 3rd and final stock for this matchup.
Alright, he gets a few tilt of zone. Yeah, it can be very, very devastating because Bowser obviously WD quick up B. Honestly, quick moves in general, like jab, sometimes even like short hop buffer forward air can come out quite nicely. And when you're put in that tech chase scenario, it can be very, very intimidating. So I like the fact that Derey's kind of like picking the right option, like sometimes teching away, or sometimes even like if they miss the tech, they can just roll away regardless, and then that puts them in a good position. Speaking of position, ooh.
Yeah, speaking of positions, definitely not a good one to be in there. That was ceegold being caught out with that neutral B again. That Derey is definitely getting a lot of shots on. You don't really see that consistency come through like this. Normally, when people are playing Samus but up against a big body, I mean, you've got some pretty good odds of hitting them.
Ooh, and speaking of hits, we get that quick side B out of shield. I'm kind of surprised. Oh my god!
Oh, I thought ceegold had that in Derey. I mean, what a way to start.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how it happened. We'll see a replay right there. Okay, gets the...
Side B, misses platform. We saw this much. Gets knocked to the left side of the blast zone. Misses that forward air and down air. That... Oh, man. Wow. I think were ceegold not playing Bowser, I'm not sure that would have connected. That seemed like frame perfect almost, like hitbox perfect to find him, but unfortunate if you are ceegold, not a good way to end that there. That was so close.
Yeah.